All right, and so I'm going to show let's see, share link. Here's the page I've got for editing. The share link is here, so I'm going to do this to go pull up the YouTube video, and this I don't know so you can see the blue bar is blue, which means it's a second non-login user basically. Here we go. You can see it. Okay, great. So I'm going to click this, ask a question, turn off the volume so I don't hear it twice, ask a new question. What's going on? Okay. And people can now say, oh yeah, that's a great question. Hit +1 for that. So other people can ask that same question. Now I'm going to answer the question. I'm going to select this question. What's going on is we're testing out this Google Hangouts thing. It's done. So that part's done. And then I'm just going to again show you all of the steps for including a presentation. So you go to PowerPoint. I'm going to go back to exit the view. So what you have to do, this is a little complicated. You have to go to the slide. You do this before the broadcast, obviously, but I'm showing you right now. You'd go to slideshow, and this will be different in different Microsoft, but it's the same basic thing. Set up slide, and it normally has this one checked, presented by a speaker full screen. We're going to switch it to presented by browsed by an individual window, and change it to that. Say OK. Okay, and then we're going to switch this to view. And its exact size of the. Maybe you might be able to do this. Be nice if the window automatically sized to whatever the thing was. Anyway, so it's now back here. We go in here, share. It shows all the different windows that are open. We choose the PowerPoint slideshow. We click share. At which point, we click on present to everyone right here. Present to everyone, and it pops into this window here. And we go boo, 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 boo. Now, we'll have to walk. What I would suggest, actually, is I would suggest, I think we can have it set up so that we get all the PowerPoints ahead of time, and we, as the controller account, we set up these PowerPoints to show up on the screen while the presenter talks about them. So we can have it, and they just say go to the next slide or something, or we walk them through getting them set up so that they're set exactly right, so that when they share their screen, we can see it. We could test that before we go live. You know, before you click the start broadcast thing, they can all go in and make sure that their PowerPoint presentations are set up so they'll show up correctly. And then when it comes time for them to actually just go ahead and present, they would click the screen share button, and they would choose the window that has their PowerPoint, and then they would switch to their PowerPoint app and go through it. And hopefully if they're reading a webinar, not just a standard presenter, they'll have the technical very clear steps. I can make a screencast that shows them just what they need to do to be able to present. Okay, so then when they're done with their presentation, yada, 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 and on this button, the screen share button turns off. Then their video shows up. They can answer the questions with their video showing. Okay, people can vote on questions, etc., etc. And then then at the very end, let's see. I wondered about this one. Only Q&A. Okay, and then here we go. Applause. I can applause by hitting the up button. Yay! I don't know if you can see that little guy cheering down there. That doesn't look. So we have this little thing. We can do it again. Yay! Applause. So we can use that to kind of gauge, if people think that was an interesting point, we can ask them to do that or not. Notice the quality on this screen is terrible, and that's probably because it's trying to play video while I'm also uploading this HD video, so it doesn't have enough bandwidth to show it at high quality when I'm watching it. But the good news is it means that it's emphasizing me sending high quality video, even if it's not necessarily if I'm not receiving it. Okay, so I think that's everything. I'm going to go ahead and click the stop broadcast button.